All right. Peace and African power, peace and black power. So, apparently, I may have upset a few people about my last live. And that's okay. We here for truth. We here for honesty. We here to be real with each other. I think as African people, we've been lied to too much, and we get accustomed to lies because the truth, unfortunately, does hurt. And basically one of the things I got the most DMs about was, man, what smoking got to do with being at war or banging on white supremacy or being a revolutionary, right? Well, smoking has a lot to do with accountability. Smoking has to do with time management, has to do with health, because as we all know, smoke is not supposed to go in your lungs, right? And if we know anything, we know that the European is always finding ways for us to misuse our time where we're not thinking about him or it or the system of white supremacy, where we're all in shambles, right? The thing about us, we think we can be part-time, African revolutionaries. We think that, we can do this on social media or do this when, people are looking, and when nobody looking, then we can do the nigga shit. Then we can do the, the whatever. We think we can be part-time revolutionaries. But white supremacy hasn't taken a day off since 1492. You know what I'm saying? Since Christopher Columbus. Like, white supremacy has not taken one day off. So, one of the things I notice with people who have addictions, and weed is an addiction, if you calling somebody phone 30 times a month, or however many times you need to smoke, because most people actually smoke a day. So, which means out of 30 days in a month, you probably call, because I know people, I don't smoke weed, but I do know that, I know now the weed bags are bigger. So you might not call the person 30 times, but you calling the person a lot, goddammit, unless you buying big things of weed and you smoking it throughout the month. But anyway, an addiction is an addiction, right? We have to stop thinking that we can take days off when dealing with white supremacy. There is no days off. There is, don't get me wrong, I have fun. I'm a very fun person. I love having fun. But I'm not a celebratory person. And the reason why I'm not a celebratory person is because ain't shit to celebrate. As black people, let's just be real. There is nothing to celebrate as African people. Like, we're under a system of white supremacy. Don't get me wrong, I like to chuckle and laugh and joke, but at the end of the day, I know I'm in a system of white supremacy. And any and everything can be used as a weapon or can be used as something to hinder us as a people, right? And so, what I was saying earlier about discipline, about smoking. Hold on, I'm gonna get to questions in a second. Give me 1 second. Let me get to my point. I got, for everybody who don't know, if I get thrown off track, I get thrown off track and I can't really focus. So, as the ADA, dyslexia bullcrap. So, like I was saying, being an African revolutionary comes down to discipline. Comes down to your mind state. Comes down to whether it be food discipline, whether it be dick discipline. I always talk about dick discipline, gentlemen. We got to have dick discipline. You know what I'm saying? We got to have food and nutrition discipline. We got to have financial discipline. I'll tell you one thing. I know when a dude is not disciplined with his penis, he not disciplined with his pockets, right? Which means that your pockets and your dick right next to each other, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not disciplined with one, you're not disciplined with the other. Meaning that, shit, when you get horny, you going to dig in your pocket and you going to pay for some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Or you going to get horny, you going to have some kids with a girl that you ain't really care about because you ain't got no discipline. And then your money all over the place because now you got to pay child support. All that is discipline. All that is discipline. So if you ain't disciplined with your money, you ain't disciplined with your dick. If you ain't disciplined with your dick, you ain't disciplined with your money. Right? Because the same dudes that be talking about love is love, they be fucking everything besides African, they the same people who spend their money all over the place. So all of this comes down to discipline, right? All of it comes down to discipline. Smoking weed, drinking, all of it comes down to discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done when you don't want to do it. That is what discipline is. You gotta have that. There's a lot of things I don't want to do. A lot of things I don't want to do. But you know what? I get the fuck up and I do it anyway. You know why? Because we're in the goddamn war 24/7. Alright? Now, with that being said, I want y'all to check this video out right quick in reference to what I'm saying. And sorry that the person had to be a white person. So it's a white person telling the story. But here, I want you to listen to this.
These imperial government.
Alright, so let me give you a backdrop on basically what that is. So basically, England and China, well, not, you know, all of China, but that portion of China, they were in like a kind of like a trade war, right? They were going back and forth, right? And so a lot of people, we like to think that England is like the place for tea. Like England is like, tea, do you want some tea? Tea and crumpets. But what happened was they actually start importing, they got hooked on tea because of China, right? And so they were like, we need some tea, we need some sugar. And this is in the 1800s, right? I want you to pay attention. This is in the 1800s, where tea is becoming a real big thing in England. But China was like, look, y'all dealing in gold. We don't really rock with gold. We rock with silver. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really have anything that we want to trade with y'all with. So y'all got to come with some hard-earned cash, or like y'all don't got nothing that we want. Basically, that's what China was saying. Y'all ain't got nothing that we want. So England was like, yeah, but we need that tea. And China was like, that's not my problem. We come with something that we want. So what the English did is that they at the time period, they had a colony, or India was a part of their colony, right? As we all know, the whole Mahatma Gandhi bullshit. So England was running India at the time. And so what they had was the opioid plants, which we're going to get into opioids because we know opioids are in a lot of drugs that we use today. But anyway, so what they did is they said, all right, we got something that y'all want. Since we know y'all fucking that opioid, they literally brought the opioid drugs there and start getting the people addicted to the drugs, right? And that's what they start bringing to China, to get the people addicted to the drugs. Over, I think, 14 million people end up getting addicted to this. So as you heard in the video, the man said that the emperor said, yo, anybody caught with this drug, anybody using this drug, you're going to get put to death. You're going to get put to death. And the reason why the penalty was so severe is because they realized that they were at war. They realized that England was trying to make the Chinese into junkies, into non-functional people, to not have their mindset right, to have them worried about getting high on these opioids all day. That's how England, see, you got to know your history. That's how England was like, look, okay, y'all want to do trade with us? We got y'all. We finna get y'all hooked on drugs. We're going to get y'all hooked on opioids. And guess what? We got the opioids. And so now y'all got to come to us for the opioids. And now we can get all the tea we want. See, white supremacy understands no matter what drug it is, no matter if it's sniffing paint, no matter if it's smoking weed, no matter if it's alcohol. They did it with the Native Americans. They did it with Africans. They still do it with Africans. They understand the power of addiction, of getting people hooked on certain drugs or whatever can be classified as a drug. It don't matter if it's sniffing paint. It don't matter. So I understand a lot of people was upset about what I said, but I'm only here to give you facts. I'm only here to give you truth, okay? If you're doing anything that the European is somehow providing, they're using you. It doesn't matter if it's weed, it doesn't matter if it's opioids, it doesn't matter what it is. This is just their history. You gotta be disciplined. We ain't fighting no war if you ain't disciplined. We playing an exhibition. If dudes are not disciplined, we ain't fighting no war. We just playing. You know what I'm saying? And let me play it again for those who didn't hear it.
These imperial government.
Very important to understand that. Very important. This is what the European does. This is their counter move. This is what they like. We can't say that we know that there's a liquor store in every corner that is a setup for us, and then we still go in there and go drink the liquor, and then we still go in there and get drunk every night. How does that even make sense? You know something is a trap. You know something is bad for you, but you still doing it. And it really bothers me when I see us who are red, black, and green doing this type of bullshit. because we supposed to have more common sense. Like, I can understand the people who aren't conscious, who aren't aware that we are at war. I can understand that. I can give them a pass, a leeway, whatever. You in a place of ignorance. I get it. You don't understand it. But for those rocking red, black, and green, talking about Garvey and shit like that, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? That's the shit that blows me. That's the shit that makes me be like, all right, here we go with the bullshit. How? When you know we at war, how? You're not a soldier. You got to be a soldier. That's not soldier. That's not soldier-like material. And again, as I said, you know, I'm not opposed to having a good time. I'm a very funny person. I'm a very joking, loving person. But it's just something. It's just certain shit that you gotta be like, nah, man. That's a stop right there. That's a stop. That's 100% stop. I was with a homie one time, and literally, I'm not even bullshitting, right? This man wasted about 30 minutes of his day driving to different corner stores to get a Swisher Sweet or something like that. Whatever you. Basically, he only rolled his weed in a certain paper, right? And he went to one store, they didn't have it. He drove all the way across the other store, they ain't have it. He calling people, yo, bro, you got I don't even know what this shit is called. You got a Swisher Sweet? You got a Black and Mild? No, Black and Mild is a cigarette. Backwood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a Backwood, whatever he was smoking at the time, I don't know. 30 minutes of his day, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm like, you don't think you got a problem? You don't, like, 30 minutes. You know what the fuck we get? Now, if I was driving, I would have left him. But I was driving. I was the passenger. Do you know what the fuck we could have did with those 30 minutes? Again, white supremacy is all about having you waste your time, have you bullshit around. You know what I'm saying? It's non-productive. I'm sorry. There has to be discipline. People might get mad at me. Oh, man, Brother Hassan, you be talking that bullshit. Everybody fall. We all weak. We all... No, I'm an African, not an African. I've had my trials and tribulations, things I had to overcome too. I didn't come out this motherfucking perfect. I came out this motherfucker fucked up just as everybody else. But I worked at beating the things that had me trapped. Beating depression. Beating, you know what I'm saying, anxiety. You know? I worked at those things. I really put effort behind it. I dug deep into myself. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And again, we got to be financially disciplined, right? A lot of times we think that white people don't want us to get the bag. Listen, Europeans don't have no problem with us getting money. Let's just be real on that. White people have no problem with us getting money. They will show you how to get money. Hey, buddy, come here. Let me show you how to get this money. Look, you're going to do this. You're going to do that. They will show you how to get money. They got no problem doing that. Until you start using that money to better your people. That's when they have a problem. They don't have no problem signing big record deals for Negroes, big basketball contracts for Negroes. They don't give a damn because they know that you're going to spend the money right back with them anyway. Let's just keep it 100. You're going to spend the money right back with them anyway. They don't give a damn about you getting money. Yeah, get some money, Negro, and then go out and go spend the money back with us. Put it back in our pockets. Matter of fact, give us more money than we actually gave you. When you say, I'm going to take this money to do for my people, hey, that's racist, buddy. We didn't give you money for that. No. Now you're playing the race card game. We don't like that, buddy. Hey, go spend that Gucci and Louis. What are you doing? What do you mean you're saving? What is that? No, YOLO. They only tell you YOLO. Yeah, they put that in our mind. They make us believe, oh, you only live once. Spend your money, throw your money. But guess what? They not doing that. If they doing it, they only throwing a little bit. They cuffing it. Oh, this is finna become generational. They put it in your head. I'll live once. Ball out. And you notice a lot of times when they sign these athletes, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, they don't mind you getting money. Read the book. $40 million slave. They do not mind you getting money because they know that you're a $40 million slave. They know that you ain't going to do nothing with this money. Nothing. Get all the money you want. Throw it all around. Dude, yes, ball out. Yes, we love it. We love it. We love it. White people will show you how to get the money because they know you're going to spend it right back with them. But guess what? When you stop spending right back with them, watch their attitude. And $40 Million Slave. Got to read this book. Real good book. And here's also a documentary called Broke. It's on the 30 for 30. I don't know where y'all can watch that at, but I seen it a long time ago. Here's a trailer right quick. Blood clot. Hold on. What the hell?
The Chinese.
That's strange.
My first contract, I think it was $6 million over 5 years.
7.6 million, 2.5 million a year. Number one.
My first.
It's gonna play.
My first contract, I think it was $6 million over 5 years.
7.6 million, 2.5 million a year. Number one all time. That's the biggest NFL contract in NFL history for a defensive player.
My first check was for like $500,000. $33.5 million for 7 years. And then I went on a splurge. The first thing I bought for myself was a Cadillac Escalade. I wanted earrings that, were $30,000.
I always wanted a Porsche, but didn't need the Porsche at the exact same time. I had the Escalade and a tricked out Denali.
Young athletes and their millions, the pitfalls of that much money. What is it about young guys coming into the league these days? What are the pressures on them that cause them to get into that position?
I lost 2 houses back to back.
I lost 4 houses.
Man, you keep this up, you could be broke.
I ended up to the point where I was broke.
I'm just here to tell you, man, it doesn't last forever. Before you know it, I looked up, I was broke.
That's a good documentary to check out, 30 for 30. It talks about athletes, how after the first 5 years, after they leave the league, NBA, basketball, they end up broke. They end up broke. So again, as I said, Europeans don't mind giving you the money. They don't mind making you a $40 million slave, right? Because they know at the end of the day, you haven't been disciplined financially. You haven't been disciplined sexually. You don't understand discipline. So you're going to give it right back to them, whether in child support, whether in lawsuits, whether in whatever the case may be. If we are in a war, a race war, meaning not a nationality war, this is a race war, meaning African people, right? If we are in a war, the most ridiculous thing that we can be is undisciplined. Is undisciplined. We need to be disciplined. Discipline yourself, sexually, financially. People call me cheap. Hey, call me what you want. You know what I'm saying? I know with the whole coronavirus thing going on, I haven't been working in quite some time, and I'm pretty all right. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm pretty all right. I ain't hurting. I ain't starving. Call it what you want. A lot of other people who are living check to check, you get what I'm saying, and they bad spending habits. I gotta do my Haitian. You discipline. When I was working at Walmart, and I always tell this story because it's a very, I think, important story. I was working at Walmart, making $8.75 an hour. All right, $8.75 an hour. In 2 years working at Walmart, the way I was saving money and saving up my tips, I saved up over $20,000 working at Walmart. Walmart. So, man, listen, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It can be done. You have to understand it's all about discipline. Discipline yourself. Put the weed down. Put the drink down. Put the porno down. You know what I'm saying? Balance your time. People always say, damn, man, you know, yo, you have 24 hours in a day. There's so many things. And listen, I ain't no motivational speaker. I ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even good at that. I don't even like speaking. But sometimes I feel like, some shit just got to be said. You have 24 hours in a day. Right? There's so many things that you can get done in that damn day. Don't let white supremacy turn you into a weed head, into an alcohol head, into a Madden head, into a Jordan head, into a car head, into every fucking thing that ain't doing nothing for you or that's gonna do nothing for you type of head. You get what I'm saying? Because that's their whole plan, to waste our goddamn time. That's all it's about. I know a lot of people don't like the brother James Baldwin because, you know, he was homosexual. But he said something one time that just blew my mind. He was like, you told my grandmama to wait. You told my grandpa to wait. I mean, you telling me to wait. You telling my nieces and nephews to wait. How much do you want us to wait for your progress? For this progress? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long do we have to wait? That's white supremacy's whole agenda. Waste your time. Waste your time. Waste it so they can stay in power. That's all it is. Waste your time. Waste your time with meaningless bullshit. You being on World Star for 3 hours looking at fights. You wake up, your eyes hurting and shit. You watching the laptop so long. Ah, man, my eyes hurt, man. Shit, man, I be watching. That's all white supremacy is about. Wasting your time. They are already in power. Why do you think white people use the term conservative? They're conservative. What are they trying to conserve? Power. That's what a conservative means. What are you trying to conserve? You're trying to conserve power. They're trying to stay in power. That's why they're conservatives. Because they're trying to conserve that power. We don't want you to get it. We want it to stay the way it is. Every war is not fought physically. Let's take that out of our mind. There are psychological wars, economical wars, spiritual wars. Wars fought on so many different levels. Look, I just showed y'all the video. War is fought on dropping drugs in people's communities. Getting them hooked on the shit. That's what war is. All right, before I get up out of here, I'm sorry if I ain't read no questions. Okay, how we put the Bible down? How you put it down? You throw that shit down. That's what you do. The Bible should have been put down. The Bible should have been put down. Like, I can't remember the brother's name right now, but the brother said something. Listen, I love my ethnicity. I love being Haitian. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being Haitian. I love my history. I love the culture. I just love being Haitian. But I don't call myself Haitian. And the reason why I don't call myself Haitian is because when you take on that national perspective, right? Being Haitian is my culture, is my ethnicity within the larger spectrum of being African. That may not make sense to a lot of people. But what the fuck you talking about? You Haitian. No, I'm African. My culture is Haitian. That's why I take my historical and cultural reference from Haiti. But I'm African. Haitians didn't exist before, let's say, 1804. There weren't a such thing as Haitians before 1804. There weren't a such thing as African Americans. Like, everything that we are as people today comes from slavery. Now, that might be something hard for people to swallow, but it's the truth. Your last name Baptiste, you ain't French, my friend. You have that name Baptiste because the French enslaved your people. You speak Creole, which is a broken down version of French and African dialect. That's because you were enslaved. Like, everything we are comes from slavery. And that's hard for people to accept. That everything that they believed in their whole life is a lie. That shit will make you want to kill somebody. What? You like people, it's hard for people to accept that. What do you mean I'm not? What do you mean I'm not Christian? What do you mean Christianity, Jesus is not my Lord and Savior? What do you mean? You're talking crazy. What do you mean the Bible is not for us? It's just so crazy. You get Hebrews quoting the Bible, right? Speaking the Bible, reading from the Bible, and then reading it in English. I don't know. Maybe my thought process be so far left, and I just think I don't know. But I'm you reading in English, my friend. Like you're reading your Hebrew book in English. Okay. We'll leave it right there. I'm not even gonna go into that. But like I said, everything that made us who we are and what we are today comes from slavery. Now I know a lot of people may not want to hear this, but even our parents who loved us the best they could, who gave us the best of what they knew, they are learning from broken people. And those people are learning from broken people. So we're learning from the descendants of slaves. Our characteristics, our behaviors, our religion, we're learning all that from descendants of slaves. I don't care if you turn to Islam. I don't care if you turn to Christianity. Whatever religion you turn to that is an Abrahamic religion is a slave master's religion. That shit is hard for people to accept. I know. Trust me. Haitians are, I will tell you what, Haitians probably are the most religious Africans. Boy, listen, let me tell you. What? Haitians in church? You better watch your mouth, boy. You better watch your mouth, boy. Listen. Okay. Haitian in church? Haitian could be on their deathbed. On their deathbed. Take me to church. Please. I got to go praise Jesus. In the morning. Like church? Get up this. If you live near this of Haitians, get up Sunday morning and watch how many Haitians you see going out to church. Church? Man, please, please. Zo man, zo lady? Church? Man, I know how hard. Listen, I got people in my family who think I'm Satan, which is the devil. They think I am the devil. Like, no. Papa le Hassan. Oh, no. Hassan say, li ba bon moun liye. Jab liye. Bagay voodoo la pale. Like, they ain't hearing it. They call me the devil. I be talking voodoo. They don't want to hear it. So I know how hard it is to talk to Haitian people about religion. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. And even some of the people who practice voodoo, but that's another story for another time. But anyway, with that being said, man, it all comes down to discipline. What about Moorish nationality? That's toilet paper. No, Moorish nationality is toilet paper. Listen, if that Moorish nationality stuff worked, we wouldn't have gotten enslaved. I mean, you don't think these people knew who we were when they started enslaving us? You don't think they knew some of us were Moors? You don't think they knew some of us were, let's just be real. If the laws worked, they should have worked back then, right? It's bullshit. The number one law is I'm white and I say so. That's the only fucking law. And the true law of the land is who got the biggest gun and who got the biggest weapon. That's it. That's totally it. That's the only law that needs to be obeyed. Who got the biggest gun, who got the biggest weapon. And the law of this land is I'm white and I say so. I'm white, so I say we're going to be segregated. I'm white, so I say, I hope black people don't really think protesting and, man, listen, I'm white and I say so is the law of the land. That's it. That's it. It ain't no, I'm going to quote this, law, and this listen, you using the white man law to try to fight the white man, bitch, he gonna change that shit whenever he feel like changing it. That's it. He gonna write some new amendment on top of that shit. All right, take this out, put that there. Shit, them motherfuckers went to Haiti and changed Haiti's constitution. What are you talking about? They believe in democracy? They changed Haiti's constitution like 36 fucking times. How the fuck you go in somebody else's country and bogart their constitution? So the only law of this land is I'm white and I say so. That's it. I don't got no opinion on Young Pharaoh. I have no opinion on Young Pharaoh. You know, let that brother be. I've said my piece about a few things. You know, he's a young brother. Don't know how much the brother read. I don't know if he understands racism, white supremacy. I think a lot of things that he say can be very dangerous to our people, because people, you know, we have a coptic mindset. So our people gravitate towards people. And I think a lot of things that brother say is problematic. Very, very problematic. But personally, I don't know him. But yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that young brother. I don't know. I think he like what, 23 or 26. So he very young. You know, he has time to grow. You know, shit. When I was his age, I was pro-black. I was saying shit like being pro-black and anti-white. So you know, hey, I can't, you know, say anything. I mean, I wasn't what he was at, but I thought that, you know, you could be pro-black and, you know, still, you know, have white friends, I guess, you know. But I was 23, 22, so I ain't know no better. Even though I didn't have no white friends, let's just be clear on that. I did not have any white friends. I just didn't see a problem with having white friends. And also, too, at one point, I did think that biracial people were black, you know. But they're socially black, but I meant like genetically black. They are socially black though, but I meant like genetically black. So at one point I was like, hey, you know, they you know, just like me. That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? So we all got time to grow. Hopefully we all got time to grow. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we all got time to grow. Some of us don't want to grow. And other than that, I wish that brother all the best, man. I don't, you know, I don't get into the whole conscious WWE wrestling shit. I try not to, because then people go, oh man, you hating, or you don't like this person. Like I said, I've been boycotted and banned from a lot of situations and places just because how vocal I am. And I don't want to say real because that sounds so cliche, but how vocal I am and how I be like, man, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And some people, like I'm going to say this one time, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I had someone who has a huge following on social media, right? And it's supposed to be like a social media leader and everything like that. They hit me up and they was like, hey, I heard you reposting people's businesses for free. I was like, yeah, I be reposting people's stuff. And the person told me, don't do that. You fucking up the game. I was like, fucking up the game? I said, what game you talking about? It's like, man, you gotta charge people for reposts. I said, charge people for reposts? And this person was dead set, and this person is known. That's like, yeah, don't do that, man. You fucking up the game. I was like, huh? Nigga, if somebody trying to get their business off the ground, it's like, nah, but you gotta understand it's all business. And I get it. You know, hey, you got a platform, you gotta use your platform. I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just saying that certain people ain't really who and what they portrayed themselves to be. And so sometimes when I be vocal about that and I say some shit, it becomes Brother Hassan the hater, Brother Hassan, you know what I'm saying? And so now I just learned from doing this 17 years, almost 18 years, I learned kind of just pull back a little bit. Just pull back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If nobody don't come for you, don't go looking for that. Because, you know, you just... So, you know, I just chill now. I chill. So is it wrong to be pro-black? Wait, hold on. Is that the whole comment? Is it wrong to be pro-black? No, it's 100% in your best interest to be pro-black. It is. You should be. We are the only people who has to make a damn. How do I close this shit? We are the only people who have to make a subcategory for us just being us. Like, you don't hear Asian people saying, I have to be pro-Asian. They just are. You don't hear, East Indian people saying things like, I gotta be pro-East Indian. But that shows you the level of brainwashing, the level of alienation that has taken place in us, where we have to create a sub-identity to say I'm pro-black. That shows us the level of self-hatred that has been inculcated in us. To hate ourselves, that we have to now create a term to say I'm pro-black. Other people are just pro-themselves. Just pro-themselves. The way they live their life is just pro-themselves. But that just shows you how we've been brainwashed. How, going back earlier, we've been put into a place of not being able to be disciplined financially, so everything we do benefits other people. How we spend our money, how we make our children, how we raise our children, what we learn, the things we interpret. No other group has to be pro themselves. We the only people who have to create I'm pro-black. You should just be yourself. Everything you do naturally should be to better yourself and to better black people. But that just shows you how we've been so reversed. Our minds, as Dr. Amos Wilson always says, has been turned backwards. Right? You will love the things that will destroy you. And you will hate the things that better you. Reading, yoga, meditation, being by yourself, eating right. You will hate all those things. Watching. I remember one time I was trying to watch Hidden Colors with a friend. And she was like, I ain't watching that shit. I was like, what? She was like, and before I even go on with the story, this was my homeboy's girlfriend. We was all in, and I ended up putting it on because we was all chilling. And she was like, I ain't watching that shit. I ain't gonna watch no damn. What is this? History shit? I don't want to watch this. I was like, yo. And then my homeboy, which is her boyfriend, was like, nah, watch it, man. It's good, man. Like it's good. She's like, nah, I don't watch it. She turned the shit off. We have to be like that. We have to. We have to be like that. When people first hear somebody like me talk, it has to irritate their soul. I have to be hateful, Brother Hassan. I have to be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Because that's the only way white supremacy can flourish. You have to not want to hear what I have to say. And I'm not just saying me. I'm just saying, anybody who speaks the way I speak or whatever the case may be. It has to be like that. I have to irritate you. Man, you talking about that shit again. Man, you talking about... Because that's that white man. Deep down, Liet. That white man right here. Right here. That white man sit right there in your chest. And every day he wake up, I'm gonna drink some coffee this morning. Oh no, nigger, don't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? He right there in your chest. Right there. Every day he wake up and stretch. Gonna have me some noodle eggs. Yeah. Make sure this nigga doesn't hear anything that doesn't keep him brainwashed. Yeah, it has to be that way. It has to be. You have to. Man, this shit is so deep and so ingrained. I could be on live for 30 hours. Oh boy, you done hit me with a paragraph now, brother. What do you think about the whites saying the Egyptians? Blah 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 blah. Man, listen. I'll be honest with you. I really don't care. I really don't care. And like, I deal with history. So I deal with history from a perspective of this, right? If it ain't gonna better us or it's not gonna teach us a lesson, I don't deal with it. I'm just being real. A lot of us, and I see this shit a lot in the community, we will skip over West Africa, which that's where we fucking come from. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me for my profanity. We will skip over West Africa to jump way to Egypt and be unked the fuck out. All we want to do is rock unks. And I'm not knocking the unk, because of course it's a part of our culture. But do you know we have our own symbols in West Africa where we come from? Like, again, I get it. Egypt is a part of our history. I get it. But that's 20,000 years ago. You don't even want to research something 500 years ago. But the only reason we give a damn about Egyptian history is because white people give a damn about it. That's it. The only reason we give a damn about being a Jew or being a Hebrew is because white people give a damn about it. The only reason we give a damn about being an Aboriginal Native American is because we want to tell white people, you on our land. All these subgroups that we have in our community, all they want to do is fight with white people. That's why they don't want to connect to West Africa, because ain't no white people can say they came from West Africa. That's it. All we want to do, I'm the real Jew. I'm the real Aboriginal. You on my land. Don't tell me to go back to Africa. Oh, I'm the real Egyptian. You ain't the real Egyptian. Even in the conscious community, all we want to do is fight with white people about our identity. That's what it is. That's why I really don't. If I study Egyptian history, I deal with it from a perspective of why these empires fell. I'm not getting into the whole this empire, that empire, blah 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 blah. But I don't get into all that. That's you want to fight white people with bullshit. My opinion. You want to fight with white people. You want to be unked out. Yo, I see so many white people with unks on their arm. You think I'm finna get an unk on me? And then me and the cracker be like, look, twinsies. You got an unk, I got an unk. Hell nah. I want something from West Africa. I want something that you can't say this that it's mine. That Sankofa is mine. The Merdinkaras, they mine. They mine. That's West Africa. The you ain't hell nah. Be walking around no white man. Twinsies, you got an unk, I got an unk. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all that shit is about fighting with white people. Trying to prove white people, we the real Jew, we the real Aboriginal, we the real, man, ain't got time for that, man. That's that. But let me do say, yes, Egyptians were African, Egyptians were black. Yes. What they talking about all that stupid shit about? We know Egyptians started off black and then ended up white. And we should know why they ended up white. They ended up white because of race mixing, the same shit we doing today. That's why if I do study African history, if I do study Egyptian history or Kemet, that's why I study it, right? To see how it went from being black to being white. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. With that being said, I got some work to do. Again, got to be disciplined. I'm getting y'all orders together. Look, I'm working on somebody's clock right now. I'm working on your clock right now. Haiti clock. Bam, 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 IET. You know what I'm saying? Working on it right now, so don't kill me. I know everybody like, man, where my clock at, bro? Hey, listen, I'm a one-man show, brother. This takes a lot of goddamn work. Like, I started working on these things at like 11 a.m. in the morning. I got to get up and cut these things with a machine. Okay? I got to cut them. I got to sand them. I got to paint them. I got to drill holes in them. I got to do this. Yo, I got y'all orders. I appreciate the support. Trust me, I appreciate the support. Trust me. I ain't tripping at all. I appreciate the support. 100%. But please, let me get around to it. My gosh. Y'all just be so... Hey, it's coming. I got you. Trust me. I'm getting the orders done right now. Look, I'm getting the orders done right now. Y'all be worse than the slave master. Where's my shit? Get my shit. Meld. But yeah, before I get up out of here, I got my phone on 20%. You should read The Destruction of Black Civilization. I read that book before, brother. Very good book. Very good book. By the way, anybody in the South Florida region, please show up for Baino Bello's lecture, which is November 7th. I'll be posting a flyer here and there. And also, just a little surprise for everybody that's in the live, I am doing the part 2 to the Hidden History of Haiti lecture, African American and Haitian history. I got some dope information to drop. So looking forward to that. Truly looking forward to that. That's going to be in December. Whenever the Eventbrite comes out, I'll post it. I would appreciate y'all support to come check it out. And I will be shooting it as a documentary again. So that means that for those who aren't able to attend, if you purchase a ticket online when it's done for a documentary, I'll go ahead and send you the link, whatever the case may be, and you can check it out. But as y'all know, I'm gonna bring that heat. I'm gonna bring that smoking fire, when it comes to Haitian and African American history. Yeah. What's your opinion on black voting? Did we vote to get the vote? That if we want real change, the first change has to come from within. And once that change comes from within, it has to manifest itself on the outer surface. So the first question I would ask is, what are we voting for? Like, what are we voting for? We didn't vote our way out of any form of oppression. The Haitian Revolution, we didn't say, sir, hey boss, please, can I vote to not be whipped? Please. Okay, no more whipping. I want to vote, please. Man, who foot back me encore? I say I want to vote, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, voting is useless, man. Voting is nothing but a survey, man. The way you make real change is through, and I hate to say this, but through disrupting the system. That's how you make change, from disrupting the system. Ultimately collapsing this bitch, but disrupting the system. Don't get scared. Y'all know y'all gonna be like, oh shit, brother, that's on his rant again. No, I'm not even gonna go there. But that's how you make change, from disrupting the system. Not going along with the system. That's like saying, every day, you got a molester who lives with you, but every day you go in the room and change in front of the person. They're not gonna change. They're gonna keep molesting you. You disrupt the system. Now, when I go in to go change, I'm gonna come in with my big cousin. My cousin gonna be in the room with me. You get what I'm saying? I stated the solution several times. The change has to come within. The change has to come from within. When you begin to change yourself, then you change the environment around you. Like, let's say, for example, let's use the Montgomery boycott riots, right? The Africans at that time, meaning Martin Luther King, realized that they had to make a change in. Now, I'm not agreeing with the civil rights, because we all know that what that did to us economically and everything like that. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just giving you an example to show you what I mean by disrupt the system, and the change has to come from within. So instead of black people saying, man, we're going to sit in the back of the bus, they made a internal change to say, fuck that, we not riding the bus. And we're going to walk. For 367 days, they walked in Montgomery. So much so that I read stories where women actually walked so much they had holes in the bottom of their shoes during the Montgomery boycott situation, right? And so they disrupted the system to the point where if black people were on the bus dropping them coins in the bus is on the brink of shutting down. And so the governor said, I don't give a damn if y'all let Negroes ride them buses in the front seat or you let them drive the bus. They need to be on that goddamn bus. We need them back on the bus. Okay? And we know it is all revolved around economics. We all know how, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that whole story, but it's all revolved around economics. But, again, disrupt the system. That's what it's all about. And you could disrupt the system many ways. Right now, ADOS, or African Americans, or whatever you want to, use the term, they right now have the perfect solution. And I'm rolling with them 100%. 100%. I'm not voting at all. You know why? Because we so-called live in a democracy. And democracy says that it needs two parties, right? Two or more parties to pick their leaders and their things like that. What happens if one party doesn't participate? It's no longer democracy. It's no longer democracy. So without my vote, this system doesn't move forward. We gonna have whoever the fuck we gonna have. It's just gonna become a Republican ass motherfucking country. Because black people, for the most part, we vote Democrat. We know. So the Republicans gonna be running this bitch for the next 30 years if black people don't get what the fuck they want. That's disrupting the system. Now, we can argue about reparations, about blah, 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 blah. Listen, I want Africans to get what's due to Africans. I'm not here to talk about nobody money because I know people like, man, you hate it. I ain't got time for that shit. All right? We down by 300 points in the fourth quarter. We don't have time to be arguing about if something going to happen, if something not going to happen. I wish Africans the motherfucking best. That's it. In any sphere. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure this shit out later on. I don't have time to argue about people's money. If that's how you want to honor your ancestors, then do so. I know for me and for my ancestral lineage, the only way for shit to be repaid is the same way you put me in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's an eye for an eye. That's just me. But, you know, hey. But anyway. But on that part, though, I'm rolling with ADOS. I ain't voting. Kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some form of change. Because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, most people don't want revolution. They don't understand what revolution means. And so they're looking for reform. So if we go on the path of reform, then I'm going with you. What can I say? How I'm gonna tell you how to fight, you know what I'm saying, your situation on your homeland. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not for me to do. I can have an opinion on it, but that's not really for me to do. However, you know, it is what it is, man. I don't know what to say about that. But with that being said, let me get my ass back to making these orders. I know people gonna be you know, jumping down my back. Yo, but right now let me say that, damn, about to be 12 o'clock already? Man, how long I been on this goddamn live? Y'all, I love y'all. Hopefully somebody learned something. Hopefully somebody appreciated you know, some information. Because to be real with you, I don't do this for my health. Actually, being pro-black, being pro-African, being race first is probably the most unhealthiest thing you could goddamn do. It's so goddamn stressful. And don't get me wrong, there's times in my life where it's just so beautiful, it's so bliss. You're just so in love with yourself. But then when you just got people in your family that's coons, and you gotta work with people, it's like an everyday reminder of like, damn. But I wouldn't trade it for shit. I would not go back to being unconscious. Like, to not being woke, to not being race first, to not being pro-black. I would not go back. I would take all that dealing with coons and cutting people off. I would take all that shit before I ever go back to being unconscious, to being a Negro. I would deal with all that. Because the euphoria of being pro-black, of being race first, is unmatchable. Like, I'm dead ass with it. But it is stressful though. Cause you know, man, you know how many brothers and sisters, but how many brothers I talk to who be like, man, I wish I was pro-black before I married my wife, or I wish I was pro-black before I met her and we had kids, and damn, man, you know what I'm saying? I love my kids, but damn, man. Like, I meet a lot of brothers like that who have that, you know, situation, right? And it's like, when you got someone that you got kids with and they ain't race first and they not pro-black, and then you it's like your kids is like caught in a dichotomy in some type of way, man. So it's tough out here. It's tough out here. But with that being said, like I said, family, let me get back to making y'all orders. I know y'all ready. You know what I'm saying? Already on my back for these orders. So I got y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I do this for us because this is not, I keep telling people, this is not a Brother Hassan revolution. This is about all of us. Understand this. If you're going to take one thing away from the Haitian Revolution, understand that many people came in this revolution. You had Dada Boukman, you had Machendau, you had Toussaint, you had Dessalines, you had Henry Christophe. No one should be a leader. The code should be the leader. That's why they cut that black pig and they swore the oath to say that they would never give up on the revolution. As John Henry Clark always says, bury the man, continue the plan. This is not about me, this is about us. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Till next time, think black, stay black, love black, support black, and that's real African black power.